Last night, Patriots, 1 yard away from getting a big win. I said last week on this particular show, I think the Patriots could win this thing. I might have said they will win this thing, but in my head I was saying I think they could win it, obviously. And last night they were 1 yard away, literally from winning it. Russell Wilson, unbelievable football player. I don't think I have enough respect or have put enough respect on Russell Wilson's name strictly because Seattle Seahawks are never on TV. They're only on TV a couple times. That's why those primetime games are so important for your legacy if you're Russell Wilson and for the Seahawks, because the rest of the world doesn't really get to see them work. Damn, they were fun to watch. I had no idea who the hell he was throwing the ball to, and he was just dropping it in the bucket. I mean, Metcalf with that deep ball over the shoulder on Gilly's face right there. I mean, that is a very tough thing. But that ball literally came down directly from the clouds. There was nothing Gilmore could do. Russell Wilson's unbelievable to watch. The fact that he hasn't won an MVP or ever received an MVP vote, I guess there's a lot of controversy around that. All I know is if I'm a Seahawks fan, I'm like, I don't know who any of these motherfuckers are, and this guy's really good. Yeah. But the Patriots also have to walk away from that going, we got a good team. We got a team that can compete if they have to down the road.
Yeah, I feel very, very good about the team. We control the ball. We definitely can control the clock. The secondary, which I've been screaming from the top of every hill that they're the best in the league. They gave up 4 touchdowns to wide receivers last season in total. They gave up 5 yesterday. So it wasn't a great game from them, but feel good about the squad.
You taking a lot of notes today? I see the pens and the pencils there.
I got a few pens. I'm just trying to learn. Go forward. Let's get better here. And then, go into week 3, beat Vegas.
Really interesting that we didn't cover last night, huh?
Yeah, really interesting.
5 was the spread.
And we missed a field goal, didn't we?
Yeah, missed and a 2-point conversion.
And a 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
You can kick field goals.
Oh, no. I'll tell you what, there are a couple kickers, though. As soon as they line up, I could probably tell you about with 90 to 95% certainty whether or not that son of a bitch is going to go in just by their lineup.
Yep.
Nick Folk hits a draw, always has. Literally has always hit a draw. He lined that thing up right down the middle from 53, and I was like, well, this is not going in.
This is no chance.
And he hit it fat, too, so he didn't even hit a good ball. So even if he was aiming a little bit to the right or outside the post, which, by the way, big holder's job. That is a big job of the holder to be like, hey, just like a caddy, like, hey, where are we thinking here? Where are we thinking here? Got a little bit of this. Maybe we do that. Jake Bailey's a little bit younger.
Yeah.
But I think we all knew Nick was probably going to miss that kick last night. He'll probably go back down to practice squad again this whole week, by the way, maybe compete again. That's what they did to him last week. But also that 2-point conversion kicked us right in the dick as well.
I mean, it's tough. It is what it is. So you're saying you can come back and hold for Folk instead of kicking the ball?
No. Jake Bailey's that kid's really good. He's really, really good. He's a great punter. I would never want to do that. And I don't know if I'm ready for the Patriot way.
Oh, really?
I just think with the way I've lived my life, I don't know if I'm ready for the Patriot way.
Could turn into the Pat way.
No.
Never know.
It's the Cam way up there, and that's smart because I think he's going to be great with them. Just watching them, there was a couple moments last night where the Patriots, there was a chance they could get buried. Yeah. Like it could go the other way quick. They kept coming back. They stayed very confident, very cool. I enjoyed what Cam Newton was doing with his arm yesterday. Yeah. That last play where he gets stuck there at the 1, I thought he could potentially bounce it outside, but after watching the footage, there was a guy scraping out to the outside. There was a scraper coming out to the outside, so everybody sees this one still shot of this guy doing that. That guy who's getting blocked by 85 scrapes around and actually causes him to go back in the middle. The Seahawks actually played it perfectly. I mean, and that was a play I think we all talked about as saying, it's unstoppable. Cam Newton at the 1, boom, 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 because it's worked, I think, 4 times already for the Patriots here in the first 2 weeks. They played it perfectly, had a scraper to go outside, too, because it's like an option play. You got to take your cap off to the Seattle Seahawks. But they ruined about 7 to 8 parlays for me last night. And as Cam Newton was marching down the field, down 5 there at the last minute, I was taking a lot of heat on Twitter from Seahawks fans about how I need to put respect on their names. It's like, I've always said Russell Wilson is good, but y'all motherfuckers are never on TV. So I never. Ever. Now, granted, you guys had a great first week against the Atlanta Falcons. I understand that. Okay, do your thing. Getting a chance to watch them, I would have said that the Patriots could have won that game. And as they're marching down after I was going back screenshotting because I knew people were going to delete. Yes. I mean, I was going through the whole thing. Here we go. Then they get stuffed, obviously, with no seconds left. Bill Belichick doesn't spend a timeout when a lot of people would have spent a timeout. That's what Bill Belichick does. Gets them to the 1, though. Still had a chance to win it. doesn't matter.
Do you really think if Cam bounces that and the scraper gets over and it's one-on-one, do you really think that Cam doesn't break that tackle or at least reach around him?
There was also
That still shot, though. I mean, whenever you
There's so much room. Just pile on,
That
right?
fullback
Don't
was
you just
getting
pile
right
on,
there,
pile
though.
on,
But
pile
then
on?
there's a professional athlete that's about to just dive at his legs here within like the next half a second, an eighth of a second or whatever. I mean, there's nothing, like still shots are very misleading, and I think this is one of those.
Yeah, I just feel like if it was Cam and another guy heading towards the pylon, I would take my chances with that versus, busting up the middle.
But I think what last night proved for the Patriots is we have a contender.
Oh, yeah.
We have a contender. There was conversations that potentially there was no cavalry coming over the hill if they needed it in October. By the way, all the players that they said are no longer on the defense, it was like 800 some snaps or whatever were gone.
Yeah.
Wild that they're even competing at this point, but they got a team because they got Bill Belichick. And on the other side, Russell Wilson.
Oh, man.
Hey.
He's a surgeon.
Hey. He plays for the Yankees, Ty, so you got to respect that because you're a diehard Yankees fan. But the only person in this office, okay, that has really said anything negative about Russell Wilson is Ty Schmidt. And the only thing he talks about is Mr. Unlimited, which is Russell Wilson off the field.
Right. Yeah, I've never said that he is a bad player. He's arguably the best quarterback in the NFL. He's unbelievable to watch. Those deep balls, I mean, you'd think that eventually, like, people would kind of get wise to that. It seems like he drops 2 or 3 in the bucket every single week. He's very good, but that does not dismiss the fact that he is a gigantic douchebag.
Whoa! I don't think so. I mean, he literally led off his entire post-game interview after an iconic classic, instant classic on Sunday Night Football by saying T's and P's to James White, his former teammate. I think Russell Wilson is always Russell Wilson. That's why you can't think, oh, you mean then he is that all the time?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, geez.
And I just don't buy it. I don't buy it. He's a great guy, obviously. He's, everyone loves him, but I think he's a robot. I don't like him.
I just think he's an unbelievable football player. I do
Definitely.
like him, by the way. So the opinions of the man in the Green Bay Packer hoodie there do not reflect that of his employer or coworkers, I don't believe.
Nope.
But we got a bunch of people tweeting us about how we hate Russell Wilson. It's like, we don't hate him. That guy does.
Yeah.
That guy does, which, by the way,
Hi.
you need a room. You need a room of people. Okay, we can't all group think and just like everybody, hate everybody. I mean, we all have our differing opinions. He's the guy that doesn't like him off the field. He doesn't like Mr. Unlimited. And by the way, that's 4 fingers pointing right there. I don't know if you can see that because there's no fingers pointing back whenever you do one because it's all that guy right there. But even you, Ty. You watched Russell Wilson play last night. You're like, oh, this guy is outrageous at football.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. He's my starting quarterback on my fantasy team. I mean, let's not act like I think the guy can't play. He's unbelievable. But again, there's the off the field element that I'm not a fan of. Which maybe part of it is because he's the Packers and the Seahawks have had a very good rivalry over the last 10 years or so. That could have something to do with it. I don't know.
But you can separate the art from the artist.
Absolutely,
and
very easily.
He's starting your fantasy football, even though you never had to talk to him, so it's perfect for you.
Nope.
He was so good last night.
So good.
Watching him play, it was like, oh, man, okay. So this is why Seattle Seahawks fans are so mad at the rest of the world who never talk about the Seahawks. Russell Wilson is the first QB in NFL history to throw for 9 touchdowns with fewer than 17 incompletions in his first 2 games.
Jeez.
Wilson destroyed the mark, throwing 9 touchdowns with just 11 incompletions on 63 attempts. 82.5% completion rate right now. And by the way, Greg Olsen screwed him.
Yeah.
Greg Olsen, by the way, incredible football player. That goes right through his hands. McCourty, see, here we go. I was dancing, by the way, on my all my parlay. I was dancing because that was one Patriots money line. You could throw in a parlay that upped the odds a lot because it was like plus whatever. Because turns out the people in Vegas watch the Seahawks play football.
Really?
Like they watch them. They
the only other ones.
They knew what was potentially coming. Yeah, nobody else really gets a chance to watch them unless you live on the West Coast, I guess. In that region, I would assume they watch a lot of Seattle Seahawks football. Everywhere else, nobody has a clue about them.
Nope.
They're fun to watch.
They're very fun to watch.
Not Earl. Jamal Adams?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is Earl Thomas still unemployed?
Yes.
I believe so.
Wild. Jamal Adams, though, game changer over there. He's going to he got beat a couple times. I believe his gap was probably one that they exploited a few times. But he's like Polamalu, where he's just showing up where he's not supposed to be. It's like, whoa. How the hell do we prepare for this guy? Because he's not supposed to be there because he's not playing right.